What's up, guys? Elemental Hero deck profile today. 50 cards. A lot of people hate 50 cards, prefer 40, 45, whatever. I like 50. 50 is a good number. I'm always scared of drawing out, but other reasons I have 50. I'm not going to explain that today. So let's get started with the monsters. So this over here. For my vanilla cards, I have Sparkman and Clayman. Sparkman pretty much just because it's a extra light type. I know I could have more, but there is a monster in my extra deck that needs Sparkman, and I don't have the other material for it. But I have another card that'll work with it later that I'll show you just to get that one card out. It helps me in jams sometimes. Clayman, Earth type, mass change him, 2000 defense, wall. Just not a bad card to have. And then effect monsters, Stratos. Every hero deck runs Stratos. You know, 2 awesome effects, search, pop back row cards. If you play any kind of heroes, 9 times out of 10 you play Stratos. 2 elemental hero oceans. Water type, I use a lot of water fusions just because of 0. Everybody is afraid of that card. Ocean's effect on its own is really good. It helps you pull cards from the field and your graveyard just back to your hand. It's just not a bad effect to have at all. 1 Neos Alias, light type, 1900, 4 stars, just powerful 4 star. 1 Woodsman, another earth type for easy mass changing. Again, 2000 defense. Probably going to get 2 of these at some point, but awesome effect, helps you get poly from the grave or the deck. You need this card if you want to fuse. 1 elemental hero Burbleman, 4 star. This card got crazy good when Exceed started. Just when you control no cards, you can special summon them from your hand. His other effect, nobody really ever uses it, and if you do, it's kind of a troll because it's so hard to do. It just makes everybody laugh. But easy 4 star, which a lot of these are 4 stars, pretty much everything except for 1, which Blade Armor Ninja. The only hero card that isn't a 4 star is Ice Edge, again another water type. I don't know why more people don't use this card because he clears back rows, makes it safe to play. Prisma, 4 star light, not a very good card to play, but definitely not a bad one. 4 stars. I probably fuse lights just as much as I do water type, and there's only 1 fusion monster in the extra deck that has specific names that you can use Prisma's effect for, but I do use it from time to time. 1 elemental hero Heat, the only fire type in this deck. I would love to have 2 of these. He's got an awesome effect, gains 200 for each elemental hero that you have on the field. Can turn into a beater really quick. Flash, just to be, well, he's another good 4 star light type to have, but his effect when he's destroyed, it lets you banish monsters to get a spell card, and banishing monsters, I don't do it often, but when I need something with major attack, I love having this card that instantly banishes 4. You can fuse for a Shining who gains attack for each one of those, and this 9 times out of 10 this helps you get a poly or something from your graveyard to make that happen. 1 Wild Heart, earth type, killer effect. If this is the only card that you have on the field and your opponent has traps laid out everywhere, there's nothing they can do about it when he attacks. Now to the non-heroes. 1 King of the Swamp. I tried running 2 of these at one point. It kind of just didn't work out well. Water type. Awesome card, even though 1 is good enough for me. A lot of people do use 2 or 3. Helps me get poly, helps me fuse for certain things. 1 Rottweiler, earth type again. Destroyed by battle, get poly and a hero. One Phantom Magician. This is a card I just recently discovered. It's nothing new, but it definitely helps me out in certain jams. When it's destroyed, you can special summon from your deck with 1,000 attack, or yes, 1,000 attack and face up defense. It saves you if you don't have much on the field, but being able to special summon that can get you a Bubbleman or Clayman or Woodsman, which is a water or earth for my extra deck. Like, I could mass change for that, which could easily save you. And then for the last monster we have Sangan. Search card gets me King of the Swamp, gets me Bubbleman, just cards that help me fuse that I'm looking for. And that's it for the monsters. Now for spells. 1 gold Sark helps me get Miracle Fusion or anything like that if I'm having a trouble running into poly or certain materials that I need. Really good card early on in the game, isn't a big help later on if you've pretty much used up everything, but I haven't had any trouble with it yet. It just really helps me out. Double E-Call. Of course, search out heroes. Double mass change. I was talking about this earlier. If you play heroes, then you know what this card does. Helps you get your masked heroes from your extra deck. Killer effects with some of those cards, and they're really easy to get out, especially since it's a quick play. Double poly. Of course, these cards revolve around fusion. Why wouldn't you play these? 2 super polys. Quick play, can't be negated. Take away from your opponent's field. Helps you save yours. If something happens, some card effects try to get rid of yours. Double Miracle Fusion. Lets you fuse from the field or the grave. By banishing cards, again, that helps with the Shining, who gains off of that, and when the Shining goes to the graveyard, you do get to get cards back. So you don't, when you banish a lot of cards, you don't have to worry about them staying there too long. 1 Parallel World Fusion. I don't use this card often, but again, when I am banishing things, this card can be a savior. It helps you get cards back from your banished zone, and it's a free special summon when you've been dumping cards in there. 1 Defusion, kind of a staple for fusing hero monsters, quick play. Just since you can't special summon hero monsters from the graveyard, whether they've been successfully summoned or not, it helps you put them back in the extra deck if they're about to be destroyed. That way you can use them again later. Field spells, I've got Fusion Gate, just ridiculously awesome card. Fuse without poly, more cards banished. Skyscraper 2 helps you special summon things back that were destroyed by battle last turn, which can get you a material easy. If you've got poly in your hand, it keeps you alive for 1 turn, then you just need to draw into a monster. Well, that can help you fuse later. Also works really good with Stratos if he's destroyed by battle, since when Stratos gets special summoned, you can use his effect again, which is awesome. Staple cards, got My Body as a Shield, quick play, saves you from things like Mirror Force or things that would just clear out your field completely when you're worried about attacking. If your opponent has some back row cards that you just can't get rid of at the time, but you don't want to miss the opportunity, this will clear your mind of Mirror Force or something stupid like that. 1 Heavy Storm, clear out the field, back rows, staple card. 1 MST, I don't run more than 1 because I use Stratos' effect to pop those cards a lot, and I use Ice Edges a lot as well, so having 2 or 3 of these just kind of clusters the deck for me. 1 Book of Moon, secret rare Book of Moon, of course, why not? Saves you from Mirror Force, again, can save you from opponent's attacks, whatever, if they're trying to synchro on you. Flip them face down, they can't do it, that buys you a turn. And then 5th Hope. Since you can't bring back fusion monsters from the graveyard, this will help you shuffle them back into your extra deck so you can use them all again. Draw 2 cards for some extra draw power. To the traps. got basically staple traps, nothing spectacular. You've probably seen a lot of these. One Starlight Road, Stardust Dragon. Why wouldn't you want to use this card? Solemn Judgment, just negate summons, puts your mind at ease again. If you got it on the field, you take a lot of damage, but 9 times out of 10 it's worth it. Mirror Force, staple. Double Bottomless. I side deck Solemn Warnings if I'm going up against things like Genzos or whatever, just so that they can't completely screw my back row. But unless I'm going up against something specific like that, I try to put Bottomless instead, so I don't have to take a chunk of life points out and they get banished, which is better because not a lot of decks revolve around being banished, so if something's banished, it's usually gone for good. Trap Jammer, staple, saves you in the battle phase, gets rid of Dimensional Prisons, Mirror Force, anything that would stop you, destroy you, prevent you, whatever, destroys it, negates it. Magic Jammer, just started using this card again. Really don't know why. A lot of people don't use it in the first place. This deck doesn't really have anything to negate many spells, and it's just a good card to have if somebody's trying to MST or whatever. Hero Signal, staple card, helps you get heroes out easily. Compulse Evac, of course. Negate Attack, not a lot of people use this. I find it extremely helpful for me. Keeps my materials on the field if I need them there. It saves me if I have nothing there at all. It's just ends the battle phase completely. Magic Cylinder, awesome card. Sends damage straight back. Call of the Haunted, bring back my Stratos, usually just to use this effect again or to get some kind of material on the field if I don't have a thing like Miracle Fusion. And DNA Transplant, just started using this card. I personally love it. It turns everything to whatever attribute that I want it to be, which is usually water, because 0 gains attack for each water type on both sides of the field, so you can turn into a massive power. And when you go up against other decks that require certain types, it just kind of ruins their day too. And that's it for the main deck. Go to the extra. Stardust Dragon. This deck doesn't use any kind of tuners. It's only there for Starlight Road, which, everybody uses Stardust Dragon, and if not, they should. If they have some big excuse of why it's overrated now, they're dumb, because it saves you. Blade Armor Ninja, detach, attack twice, 4 stars. That's when you have Bubble Man, 9 times out of 10, you're getting Blade Armor Ninja. It's just ridiculously easy to get on the field. Most of this deck is 4 stars, can do major damage. 3 absolute zeros. When he leaves the field, regardless of however he leaves the field, completely destroys your opponent's side. Awesome effect. People hate it. Water type, gains attack for each water type, works great with DNA Transplant. I love using this card. Double Shining, gains attack for each of your banished monsters. A lot of light types in this deck, so it's easy to get out. When he goes to the graveyard, you can get 2 back, so you don't have to worry about him staying out too long. 1 Nova Master, absolutely love this card. I only have 1 fire type in this deck, but I don't have a problem getting out this card when I need it. When it destroys a monster by battle, you get to draw a card for free, just because. And I actually get this card out on the field a lot more with opponents' monsters using Super Poly than I do my own. 1 Great Tornado. When he hits the field, it halves the attack of all your opponent's monsters, attack and defense, so if they've got some powerful stuff on the field, then this will help knock it down a little bit. 1 Guy, Earth type, kind of the same effect as Tornado, except it only lasts for 1 turn and it gets added to him instead. You get to choose a monster, it halves it, adds it to him. It's going to help you destroy something, but it's kind of like a last resort card for me. I don't use it often, but if I need the attack power right there, if I just need to get rid of one thing on my opponent's field, that definitely helps. 1 Shining Flare Wingman. This is pretty much why Sparkman exists in this deck. I use him for King of the Swamp for this card. Killer effects if you can get it on the field. Gains 300 for each hero in the graveyard. When you destroy something, your opponent not only loses the difference, but they lose life points equal to the attack of whatever you destroyed. So if you can take care of something really powerful on your opponent's side of the field, they're guaranteed to take a lot of damage with this card. 1 Vision Hero Adoration. It's a dark type. I love this card. It only requires 2 hero monsters, nothing really specific, just heroes, and it can completely save you in jams. It gets rid of powerful cards easy because it lets you weaken them depending on what you have on your side of the field. Trinity, Vision Hero Trinity, kind of the same deal as Adoration, except it takes 3. When he hits the field, his attack is 5,000 until the end phase, but as long as this card's on the field, he can attack 3 times per turn. He can't attack directly, but it definitely helps you clear out the field. And then Masked Hero Acid, water type. For mass change, you can basically heavy storm your opponent's side of the field. And then when you do, your opponent's monsters lose 300 attack. And then the last card in this extra deck, Masked Hero Dan, Earth type, destroys a monster by battle. Special summon something easy, 4-star from your deck, so then you can attack again. If you haven't got Stratos yet, you can bring Stratos to the field, use this effect, get rid of something on their side of the field, get something to your hand. Just an awesome card to have. 2,800, definitely. And that is it. Hope you enjoyed it.